Today's agenda is aggregation functions. In aggregation functions, we are going to see sum, minimum, max, count, average, then group by, having, order by, listing, and limit. Okay. So let's see what are the aggregation functions. Somebody saying that the file is not opening in that lab. Okay. Give me a second, guys. So we'll see one by one, like an aggregation function. So first, the aggregation function is sum. Second one is count. Third one is minimum and max and average. I hope you all aware of that. What is meant by sum? Sum basically returns the sum of values that you have given, or else distinct values. A sum of distinct values. And return count gives the number of items, total number of items it will give, minimum. So minimum what it will do, so it will give the mm, minimum item, I mean minimum number that you have given in the in the list of items. So max what it will give is it will give the max, the highest number in the given list. Average is like it will give average value, that is it returns the average value. So average means like sum of items by number of items. So we'll go on see one by one. So yesterday we have created one table, right? I think retails. So I'm going to use the same table that we have created as part of CSV file importing. So I'm going to run the select star command to see the data. What happened? So see here, in the table, in the retails table, I do have month, year, total orders, and gross sales, discounts, returns, net sales, and shipping, and total sales. So first we'll see total number of sales altogether from 2017 to 2019. We'll see the total number of orders. Not 2017. Sorry, not 2017 and 2018 and 2019. We'll see only 1 year. 1 year total number of sales, total number of orders we got. For that, can someone able to tell the syntax by using where clause? As, in the Saturday's class, we have discussed, right? Where clause. So in order to filter 2017 data, what should I do? Minus the syntax. Can someone able to tell the syntax?
Sum of column name from table name where year equal to year name.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So here I need to pass. So some. So in sum, when you are using sum, you need to open the braces, and in the braces you need to pass the column name. So that column name is whatever the column you want to perform, and what column you want to perform the sum operation. So that column name you need to pass. So basically, my intention is like to get the total number of orders for this particular for particularly 2017 year. So in order to perform the total sum operation on top of this total orders, I need to pass total orders column name followed by mm, I want to rename it as I want to I don't want some different name. So I want to rename it as sum of total orders. So whenever you are passing like this, when you are giving more than one word, so you need to represent that in the double quotes. Okay, you need to represent that in the double quotes. Then only it will be considered. Otherwise, it is going to pop up as invalid syntax. Then, so from which table we are getting the data? Retails followed by make sure that guys like when you are passing for suppose uh, the column name that you have passed here, if it is not a single word, so you need to pass that in the double quotes. Make sure that. Why? Because if you're passing if you're not passing double quotes, that might give syntax error. If you observe here, it is showing that even though I have given correct syntax, it is not allowing me that not to run this query, and it is showing that invalid syntax. So see here, orders is not at valid position, expecting for our log select. Like this suggestions, it will pop. So now in order to suppress that error, so we need to uh, we need to grab that into double quotes. Then the error will be suppressed. Then so basically what it will do, it will give the sum of orders for the entire 2017, 2018, 2019. This is what it will give. If I run this query, we'll get to know what happen. Shit.
Semicolon.
What it is not there. Give me a second, guys.
Since the table has been created automatically, we don't know if the column is in varchar or in a numerical number.
Yeah, the
I mean,
column
the
is.
the column total orders might be in varchar. That's why it is not adding the.
Oh, let me check this index, guys. Children. Let me pass discounts. It is not taking. Okay. I'll check this syntax guys. Like actually, it should take if you're passing in double quotes, it has to take, but it is not taking. I will check the syntax and let you know. For now, what I will do is I will go ahead and rename the column for time being. I hope it will works here. Uh, uh-oh.
Saram, total T and order O should be called capital.
There is not an issue. Even though if you have something, even it is capital letters or small characters, SQL is not case sensitive, so we no need to worry about that. Give me give a minute, bye. Give a minute, guys. Actually, mhm. Okay. Okay.
Brother, try
Guys,
to use square brackets.
square brackets is also not working here. I tried that as well, that too. So don't worry, guys. I will check on this and I will let you know. For now, we'll exclude that and we'll use some other column. Mm, Actually, it should work like this, but it is not working here. Don't worry, I will check on this and let you know by tomorrow's class. So for now, we'll go ahead and use returns. Okay. So here it is not taking even returns as well. Like sorry, if you place that in the double quotes, it is not taking. Um, I'm surprised why the SQL workbench is behaving like this.
Backend value don't give the any class and between the value. Total returns, total underscore returns or something have to be
Sorry, can you please come again? I'm not able to hear you properly.
we should use the backend value, right? So there is a gap between total and the order. So
Uh, Actually, that is one of the reason. So we can basically if we pass that in the double quotes, it should consider that it should consider the space and it should not pop up any error.
So total and yes, I mean total underscore orders or else I mean give the total or else I mean only give the
Yeah, yeah,
orders.
yeah. That is fine. We need to handle both ways, right? We need to handle both ways. In some scenarios, we can't replace spaces with underscore. So in some cases we
Hmm.
can, but in some cases we can't. So basically, we will handle that type of column names with the spaces by passing that in the double quotes or else by passing that in the uh, square brackets. So in that way we will handle, but here uh, it is not taking that. So probably like it might be changed. So I will check on this and let you know.
Okay, cool.
So for now, we'll see the sum of returns. So if you click on this, you will get the sum of returns. So but what if basically I want only returns which is related to 2017, particularly from 2017 year, but not all the years. So how can we do that? So in our yesterday on Saturday's class, we have discussed where class, right? So by using where class, we can filter the data where year equal to 2017. So if you pass like this, so the data will be filtered basing on this condition, and whatever the records are rows which satisfies this condition, then only those returns will return will going to return. So on top of these rows, whatever the return values written here, on top of these rows, some operation will be performed. You got it right? Any doubt here? Any doubt?
We need to give the column name for which we need the sum in the bracket, and we need to mention this. And if any particular condition, we need to give wait clause.
Yes, yes, exactly. So if you are not passing where class, what happens is basically in this particular table, if you run this select star command, so it is showing 2017's data and 2018 data and 2019 data, right? So it will give all count of sorry, it will give all these values sum from 2017 to 2019. Let me for your understanding, let me take that into one table. So see here in the first column, what I did is where 2017. And let me take that. Not possible. So for in the first statement, what I did is select the column name in the sum. You first what you need to do is select sum in sum, whatever the column you want to perform the sum operation and what column you want to perform the sum operation. So that column name you need to pass here. Then from which table we are referring, return retails table, and basically we are looking for 2017 years data, right? So you need to pass 2017 here, where year equal to 2017. So what happens here? So basically 2017 data will be filtered here. Whatever the rows satisfy this condition will be returned as part of this. Then on top of this returned rows, the sum operation will be performed. Okay. And here, if you see here, Basically, we are not passing any condition. So the sum operation will be performed on top of the all rows. That's why we are getting 17098. But only if you are passing this condition, only 2017 data will be returned. So on top of that, some operation will be performed. We are getting 3972. That is the difference between the where by usage of where class and without where class. So we'll go ahead and we'll see the next mm, next next aggregation function. I'm go ahead and I will copy this. So basically, I want to return. I want to see. mm, I want to see minimum value. I want to see the minimum returns and the month. What is this? It is something behaving weird. Okay. Oh, it is not taking even here. Quite bit surprised, guys. So basically, so see here, if I want to return any value, like if I want to get the minimum value, so this is how we can get the minimum value. And for now, month is there, right? Yeah, month is there, year is there. So in order to get the minimum value, minimum returns from this returns, so you can pass like this and select the minimum. I mean, we can't give total minimum var, so just we need to pass min and followed by the column name. You need to pass the column name. Then what you need to do is in the from statement, you need to pass from retails and where condition. If you want to pass, if you want to pass where condition, you can pass the where condition. And also in the select statement, if you want to add some other columns, you can add that. But now I'm going to skip that. Why? Because it is behaving something like differently. So I just want to check those things and I'll let you know, guys. So for now, we can't. We'll exclude that and we'll use this only. So if you see here, so the minimum order would be zero. I mean, the minimum returns would be zero. So we can use zero. Sorry, from total 2017, the minimum order is sorry, minimum returns is zero. So that is why we are getting this zero. And next, max. We'll see the max. So the max returns is 1017. This how just when you are passing this aggregation function, guys, just the function name might be varies, but the syntax remains same. You don't need to worry about that. Sorry. We'll go ahead and see average function. In returns, we'll see discounts. So this is how it is. So basically, I want to get the average discounts given in the year 2019. So for that thing, so we need to pass like this. Select in the average, we need to pass discounts and we need to pass the table name and therefore, and also we need to pass the condition on what condition we want to filter the data. So I want to get the data for 2019, right? So I need to pass this condition where year equal to 2019 and I need to pass the column name here. So if I run this query, so we are going to get the average. This what? Any doubt here in aggregation functions? Can I continue? So coming back to the PPT. So we have covered the aggregation functions. Then what is our next topic? Group by. So group by, what is meant by group by? So how it works, we'll see. My notes. So in group by, group by what it will do is, it will groups the data. For your understanding, just need take out the screenshots. Can someone confirm? Is it clear? The images are clear?
Yes.
Sir,
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. So this is our customers table. Like in the customers table, we do have customer ID, the first name, last name, and age, followed by country. So in country, USA we have, UK we have, and UAE we have, right? So basically, what I want to do is I want to perform the group by. So the group by what it will do is the USA people are really for suppose what it will do is in the high level. So I want to perform sorry I want to get the count USA from USA I want to get the count and from the UK I want to get the count of number of people here. I want to get from UAE also I want to get the number of customers. So if I pass group by, the group by will categorize the data into different groups basing on the basing on the types. For example, if this is what can I say? Let me check. Yeah, it's fine. So the basically what it is doing is it will group the identical data. It will group the identical data into one set and USA into one set and UK into one set and UAE into one set. You got it right. So the group by what it will do is it will group the identical data in that column. It will group the identical data present in that column. Some column we are going to pass, right? So basing on that column, it will identify the patterns on the it will identify the patterns from that column and it will group the data basing on that pattern. So if any naming convention matches, so it will group the identical data into one set. So let me take out this. Mm, It will identify the pattern and it will group the data. Like here, USA, both USA and USA are same, right? So it will group it as one set, and UK and UK present in third row and fourth row are same, right? It will group the it will group this data into another set. That is second set. If you consider USA as a first set, and it will group the data like UK as a second set, and the UAE we have only one record, right? So it will group it as third set, even though it has one or two records or more than even. So it won't consider that, and it will group this basing on the categorization, basing on the pattern. It will categorize the data and it will group the data. That is how we can get. So for suppose how many number of records are there in USA? So we got two. And from UK we have two. From UAE we have only one value. So this is how we are going to receive. Why? Because we have passed count operation here on top of this. So it is giving like this. Any doubt here, guys?
sir, repeat once again.
Sorry,
Sir, once repeat.
please come again. You want me to repeat again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So basically, group by what it will do is
it will group the data. First, it will identify the data. It will identify the patterns present in the column. So here, if you observe the syntax, so in the group by, the syntax is select country count star uh, as number uh, count as yeah. Basically, count star what it will do is it will get the count, the total count, and as number from customers. This up to this, right? From select star, select count country as number, and from customers, group by till here, right? So in the group by, what we'll do is we'll simply add a group by keyword and followed by the column name. So this is the column name we want to perform. On this column name, we want to perform the group by operation. Okay. So it will take this country column, and it will, in this particular column, it will identify the patterns. It will identify the patterns basing on the data. Okay. It will identify the patterns. So if the pattern matches, for example, USA and USA both are same, right? So it will group these two items. It will group this. Okay, leave it. So what it will do is it will group the USA and both the USA and USA are identical, right? I mean same, right? So it will group it as one set. If you consider UK present in third row and fourth row, are both are same. So it will group this as one set. And in UAE, UAE is different from USA and UK, right? So it will group as third set. This is how we will get. So UAE repeats how many times? Only one time. And UK repeats two times and USA repeats two times. So that is how we are going to get. So in the syntax, what we have given is country. We are passing country and count star as a number. We are taking the count. Okay, we are taking the count and we are renaming it as number. So that is why it got renamed as number. And from statement we are passing and group by country. Based on the country, we are grouping the data and we are getting the count here. For suppose, instead of country, you pass age. Instead of country, you have passed age. So what happens? So what it will do is it will return 31 as 1, 22 as 2, and 25 as 1, and 28 as 1. This is how we are going to get. So for suppose, I'm repeating again, for suppose if you are passing the age column, so it will give 31 as count 1. 22 is repeating two times, right? So we are going to get 22 as 2. 25 is repeating only once, right? We are going to get 25 1, and even 28 is also repeated one time, right? So we are going to get only one time. This is how it is, and we'll see another example. So in some, so if you are performing some operation on top of this, we are going to get some based on this classification. So if you see here, if you see the syntax, select customer ID, comma, sum of amount, sum of amount as total from orders, group by customer ID. So we are passing the group by column as customer ID. So if you see the customer ID column, 4 is repeating 2 times, and 3 is repeating 1 time, and 1 is 1 time, 2 is 1 time. So basically what happens, the 4, we are passing 4, right? And we are passing the sum operation. The first, the data will be identified and categorized into 4 as one set, 4 as one set, 3 as second set, 1 as third set, and 2 as fourth set. Aggregation function is going to be performed. So the 4 is repeated 2 times, right? And it is considered as one set, right? So on top of this set, first set, the sum operation will be performed. So what will be the total count as total? 4 plus 7. So we are going to get 700. So if you see here, 4 for 4, the total amount would be 700. And 3 is repeated only 1 time, right? So we'll get 12,000. 1 is also 1 time, right? So we'll get 400. And 2 is also 2 is also repeated 1 time, right? We are going to get 250 as one. For 200, it will be 250. Any doubt here, guys?
Thank you, sir.
It's clear?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So, that is one thing. If you observe this pattern, if you observe this written table, is there any difference from this and the written one except the sum operation? Did you able to find any difference in this? No, right? I will take it as no. So if you observe this pattern, if you observe this pattern, what is the order of this sequence? One, two, three, four, four. First, the 4 is there, and the 3 is there, and 1 is there, 2 is there. Group by why the group by is not written in such a order? So once the query execution is completed, so again you are going to get this order: 1, 2, 3, 4. So even though in the main table the 1 is present in the third row, sorry, fourth row, but it is written in the first row in the result table. Why? And 2 is present in the fifth position, but it is coming in the second. Even third also there, even 3 is in third position, it is getting in the third position. 4, if 4 present in the first position, but it's coming in the fourth position. Why? Why? Because whenever we perform the group by operation, the data will be ordered in such a way, the data is going to be ordered in ascending order. Whenever whenever we pass a some column to the group by, the data will be ordered basing on this column. The data will be ordered basing on this column, and you will going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the ascending order, right? One will come first, right? So followed by the other numbers. By default, whenever we perform the group by operation, the data will be ordered basing on this particular column, and the data will comes in ascending order. That is one thing. And whenever you are working on group by operations, majorly group by uh, in group by, mostly we will going to see we are going to work with aggregation functions whenever we are performing whenever we are working with data by using group by. Majorly in major cases we'll use aggregation functions. Okay, in some other cases we'll use without aggregation functions, but majorly it will be with aggregation functions. So we'll see the difference between aggregation function and without aggregation functions. So I'll show you some examples. We'll take this same example. So if you take the same example with the aggregation functions, this is how it would be. Okay. For the fourth, 700 total will be there, and 3, 12,000, 1, 1, 400, and 2, 250. If we are not passing aggregation function here, if you are not passing any aggregation function here, it is going to give the distinct values. For example, it will take randomly from this 400 and 300 values, and it will give either 300 or 400. Mostly it will take the first value, the 400, 4 as 400, 3 as 12,000, 1 as 250, sorry, 1 as 400, and 2 as 250. This how it is going to take. Mm, let me take let me show you that. So we'll see with the aggregation functions, then we'll go ahead and we'll see without aggregation functions, and then we'll wind up the call. Select, select comma discounts comma returns what is he, we'll see only returns, sum of returns from returns table group by will pass returns itself. So if you see this, so I have passed month here. Got it, right? So select returns. I want to get the sum of returns and per month, on which month total returns we got. I want to see. Let me include here as well. So in 2017 January, we are get we received a total returns is 448, and in 2017 Feb, so we received 416 total total returns, and in March altogether we are seeing 107. So this how it is going to group. We'll exclude month as well. Then we are going to get only three values. Sorry guys. Group by year instead of returns. We group by year. Uh, just giving something differently. So if you pass group by, so there are how many records will be there? Sorry, how many values? How many different values will be there? There are three different values like 2017, 2018, 2019. So that is the reason we are getting three records. So first the data is going to be grouped by, going to be grouped, I mean, going to be categorized based on the year. So there are 3 years, right? So there will be three sets that every data will be divided into three sets. On top of each set, the sum operation will be performed, and we are going to get the total values for 2017. Previously, when we performed the sum operation on top of the retails, where the year equal to 2017, we got 3972. The same value we have got here, and in 2019, if you see, the total returns would be 5412. And if you see 2019 data, so there will be 7,713 returns, total returns. Okay, this is how we can group the data. If you want to perform min operation, sorry, minimum, so you can pass minimum function here. So this is how it will be. We'll do one thing. We'll max register, and what are the what is aggregation function we have seen? Minimum we have covered, sum covered, max covered, average covered. Yeah, count. That's total count. So here for the count we can pass the column name, else we can simply pass star. So if you run this command, So see here, the minimum value is from 2017 and 2018 is 0, and 2019 is 10, and on summation, we got these values the same. I forgot to rename it as max. You can consider it as maximum. I forgot to rename that. So you can take it as maximum. The maximum value, maximum returns in 2017 is 10017 and 1506 and like this. And if you take it as if you take the average, this is the average values. And if you take the total count, how many how many records, um, how many times the uh, items are returned in why, because we have 12 months, right? Monthly ones we will return, right? So it will give monthly returns. So 12 times it got returned, and even in 2018 and 2019 it got returned to the sorry 12 times. So we got 12. This is how we can group the data and with the aggregation functions. Guys, if you want to perform, if you want to give one more column, you can pass one more column, month also. So if you pass a month here, first the data will be grouped, the data will be going to grouped on basing on the year, followed by month. Okay. So first the data will be grouped basing on the year column. Then once it was grouped basing on the year column, then again it is going to be grouped basing on the month column. So if you pass this, it will be different. Why it is? So see here, what is the reason is the data will be first the data will be grouped basing on the year, then month, and that is the reason. For 1 year there will be 12 months, right? So we got I think we are going to get 12 records for each year. Total there would be 36 records. Yeah.
The summation, returns, average, those all, it will not be stored in any table. Only for our calculation purpose, it will be displayed,
Yes, yes, yes,
right?
yes. So if you want to create a new table, you can create. That is not an issue. So if you want to create a new table, create results, create table results as max. I will rename that maximum. So now it is not going to return any value. So if you run this query, it is not going to return any value. Why? Because it is not select statement. It is a part of the select statement is a part of creating a new table. So if you refresh this, a new table is created with select. So if you click on this and if you see the values, if you see the columns, so there will be minimum, summation, max, maximum, average, total count, year. So let me go ahead and run the select star command. select star from results. What happened? So see here, a new table is created with these results, and these results are going to be stored in this results table, and we got like this. You got it right? Whenever we are running this select star command, those are a part, those records, what are the results we are going to get, right? So those will be given on temporary basis. Whenever we go ahead and run another query, that results will be disappear and we'll get new results as part of that query. If you want to store that results, we can go ahead and create like this new table, and then the results will be going to stored in this particular table. Any other doubts? Any other doubts?
So,
So just give me 5 more minutes, guys, and I will end the session. So select returns. Uh, Now we have see the uh, how the group by works with aggregation functions. We'll go ahead and see uh, without aggregation functions. Now returns year followed by what is that? Select returns from retails group by. So if you see here, what why it is, if you see here, if we are not as part of this query, we are not passing anything. We are not passing any aggregation function here. Just we are passing returns and year and from retails and maximum. So simply what is doing is, so it will return some random distinct values from this year, from here, and it will giving three records. So if you see the main table, what is the first value in 2017? Let me do one thing. So if you see 2017, what is the first value? 438, right? 448. And if you see 2018, what is the first value? 26. And if you see 2019, what is the first value here? 261. The same way, what I said in the previous section, the same values is going to return. But as I mentioned, the returns it may varies the number of values. Basically, it may consider the first value 448. If we observe this here, 216, it would be something 219, but it is considered different value. Sometimes it will pick the first value, or else sometimes a random value is going to be picked. Uh, this basically, without aggregation functions, we are not going to use group by. So if I want to perform any kind of aggregations on particular group, so majorly we are going to use aggregation functions. Without aggregation functions, we are not going to use. Oh, one more thing, guys. I just want to give one quick in quick notes here on this group by aggregation functions. So if you consider, so okay, we'll let you know that in the next class. Don't worry. Here, only distinct values, only unique values are going to be written as part of this aggregation. Sorry, as part of this group by core. If you are not using any aggregation functions, it is going to return unique or distinct values from the table. That's it, guys, for today's. If you have any doubts, you can stay, else you can drop the call.